I think it's the rest of the league that's going to have to adjust to a well-rested and still very lethal Black Mamba.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Clippers?
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter. Brown out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Russell. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Zach Bryan at the 5.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint. And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run. Don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. And that one's good. Rondo's got his first points of the night.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Nick Young on the wing. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And the rejection by Smith. Now the Clippers moving it up. That drops. Now it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
Rondo with the nice dish.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
And that one good from Clarkson. Here's Crawford. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Navarro, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Lakers trail by 7.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. One thing you can say about Rajon Rondo's career, he's come up big in the biggest of games, had 6 steals in the closeout game that gave Boston its 17th championship. Remember that back in 2008 for Coach Doc Rivers?
I really do. And after that Boston win in the series against the Lakers, Phil Jackson called Rondo the star of Game 6. Everyone had always talked about the big 3 in Boston. That year, it was the big 4.
Here's Smith, the shake. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Hibbert's checked in.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
And he gets the bucket.
He is just up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
Here's Clarkson. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Roy Hibbert.
Not sure how he gets that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to pull the trigger.
Here's Smith, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
Lakers ball.
And now let's bring you the list of the top three-point shooting teams over the course of the past 10 games. The Clippers, number 1.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing. That has led to wide-open, long-range shots, and that's why we see the great numbers from the 3.
Russell with it. He's picked up by Rondo, and J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Big group. Substitution here for the Clippers. Jordan, he's checked in for Smith. Griffin comes in for Jamal Crawford. Jay's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Paul subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And the Lakers also making a switch. Ryan's checked in. Here's Hibbert. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Hibbert's got 10 points in the game. For Los Angeles, they've gone 7 of 9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense. And he gets it to go.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Here is Bryant. The Clippers getting the bucket. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
And the Lakers have possession after the Clippers pick up 2. Passes to Hibbert from 10 feet out. And another basket for the Lakers.
Buckets coming in bunches right now. He is just being big time.
Here's Navarro. He's got 18. Misses the wing 3. They are right on the brink of taking the lead.
This is an absolutely critical juncture in this game. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
On the wing, Kobe. To the inside. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to a point with the bucket from Hibbert.
Worked that one inside nicely.
Hibbert on the double team. Paul kicks to Jordan. Clippers moving the ball around. There's Paul. Another one falls for the Clippers. Lakers trail by 3. Los Angeles calls timeout. Without question, Jay displaying his skills today.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they've got to figure out how to contain him.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Byron Scott coaching his team during the break. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Hibbert. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks. Rejected by Pierce. Outside, Griffin to the inside. Navarro, the pass to Paul. Black grabs the board.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Outside, Williams. Lots of room. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jay's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Lakers trail by 5. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Picked by Williams. From the arc. Kobe, no good.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. Boy, just a lovely dish by Griffin.
Clark, they've shared the load offensively.
Yeah, they've done a nice job with it, Kevin. Everybody's touching the ball. There's a nice flow to what they're doing offensively.
And, guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Just 4 to shoot. Williams. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Randall's checked in for the Lakers. Clippers leading by 7. Here's Navarro. He's got 24. Black grabs the board. And Los Angeles guys shooting indicative of smooth offensive play, up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. Now here's Bryant. They need this one. But he gets it back. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Bryant's got 9. 1:27 left to play in the first half. Here's Navarro. To the paint. Here's Jordan. Griffin kicks to Paul. Taken away by Williams. Here's Brown. It's blocked. And they get it back. Pierce with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. 55 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Bryant. And it's blocked by Jordan. Here's Navarro. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
I can't believe defenders are not aware. They cannot allow him that position.
Yeah, you're right about that, Greg. He's put a no trespassing allowed on that spot of the floor. It's all his.
Now here's Kobe. 17 points for him last game against Chicago.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. Don't you love the chemistry? Those guys work so well together in the open floor.
Lakers trail by 9. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Williams for 3. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Bryant's got his 4th assist in this one. The Clippers shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. And it's Paul penetrating. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
What a move. Came out of the spin, stopped and popped. That is impressive.
Outside Williams with 1 on the clock. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And so we conclude the...
Kevin.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone, showing tremendous urgency and a ton of energy. They got out on a masterful 13-2 run to start out. They did not slow down much, as by the end of the quarter, they were still up 11. In quarter number 2, they fought off several attempted rallies and actually pulled further out in front, ending the half up by 8. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
The bulk of their offense, Ernie, Kenny, has come in the paint. See, it's just as good. It's hard-nosed basketball when you play in the post. Trust me, I know. You wouldn't know nothing about that, Kenny, little man.
And over to Kenny, your takeaway on the Lakers.
Well, obviously, they didn't show up on the glass at all. They were getting outworked,